Hello everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. It's Beer Monster o'clock. And I'm going to do another little beer battle, so to speak. I picked this up from Home Bargains a couple of days ago, just 69p Heineken Silver. And I was just going to review it, because I've not reviewed it properly yet. And I thought, well, why not sort of put it against the original and just see if it's any better, what the changes are. Bit of a weird sort of beer this. I don't really understand the purpose of it. It's just like Heineken, but this is 4%. The real Heineken, of course, is 5%. This is probably good for people on a diet. It's got less than 100 calories. It's got less carbs and all that sort of thing. It feels like they've just brewed this beer, Heineken Silver, just to sort of fit in with the sort of younger generation of drinkers for me. You know, the ones that sort of, you know, one day they decide they want to be a little girl, and then the next day they're a boy again, you know, the sort of them type. You know, perhaps more health conscious people. I don't know, that's just my best guess. Anyway, let's crack them open and just want to see what one I think's better. And yeah, let you know whether it's worth trying the Heineken Silver. I'm not a massive fan of the original Heineken. Sometimes, you know, it's the best beer they got going on in the pub, I'll drink it. You know, I'll pick it over sort of Foster's and Carlsberg's, if that's and Carlin and that, if they got them going. And then the Heineken's the only 5% one. That is when I will choose to drink Heineken. So I do drink it sometimes. You know, the pubs that don't have much selection, sometimes it's actually the best thing for me personally. Right, let's get the silver in first. If you've tried Heineken Silver, and of course the original Heineken, what one do you think's better, guys? And let me know. I'll be interested to see whether people actually think this is better than the original or not. Maybe it is, I don't know. I mean, the original's not amazing, is it? But lowering the ABV again. The one thing I will say I'm happy about is at least Heineken didn't replace Heineken with Heineken Silver and just keep it as the same looking beer and just think no one will notice. We'll make it 4%. And start giving people this and think people won't notice. You know, like Foster's have, they've just lowered theirs to 3.7. Stella keeps lowering. There's so many, the list goes on and on. At least they've just given people the option, right, you can have this original one. Or, you know, if you're of the younger generation and you're not sure what gender you are, we got this one. Anyway, let's get the other one in. Heineken Silver looks quite pale colour. White head that seems to be dissipating rather quickly. I did pick up 2 bottles, as you probably noticed, of Heineken Silver. Just because I like to have a pint, really. And they're only 69p each. That'd be pretty bad not to be worth that, wouldn't they? Yeah, straight away, I would say that the original Heineken looks better in the glass, more appealing to the eye. Colour-wise, there's not as much in it as I perhaps thought. Roughly the same colour. The carbonation in the original Heineken, the bubbles are smaller, more compact. And the bubbles in the head are a lot more smaller. Like the foam in the head's a lot more compact to the bubbles in the original Heineken, which can be a sign of better quality. Same as the smaller bubbles. It can be, not always, a sign of a better quality beer. Just looking at them, I mean, what one would you pick if someone put them two in front of you? You didn't know what they are. They're both in Foster's glasses. You know, you're gonna go for that one, ain't you? If there's 2 pints of Foster's on the side, your mate's just got a brand in, you're gonna pick that one, ain't you? Personally. So I'm gonna give it to the Heineken on the appearance. Let's check out the aromas of these couple of beers. That don't smell like much at all. Quite sweet. Tiniest bit of citrus, maybe. That's about it, really, for me. Let's see if this one smells any different. It don't really smell that different. It smells a little bit more malty. Perhaps like bready and caramel sort of malts. Yeah, and a little bit of citrus. They don't smell all that different, to be perfectly honest. Let's get them tasted. That's what matters, in it. Let's get them tasted. Doesn't matter what one's prettier, what one tastes better. All right, let's go in with the Heineken Silver first. Cheers, everybody. Bosh. Tasteless beer. It's a tasteless beer. Reminds me of like an American light beer or something like that, you know, like a Bud Light or that sort of thing. There's a little citrus note in there. Go again. Very watery mouthfeel. There's no real character to this. It's a bit spineless. Perhaps slightly floral as well, actually, which I don't remember the normal Heineken being floral. But yeah, there's not much. I mean, there's a bit of malt. Doesn't taste particularly high quality or anything. Not really getting any bitterness. Very slight. I'm not impressed by that beer. Let's go to the original and see if it's any better, because I'm not like a massive fan of this one either, but I thought I'd do the comparison anyway. Yeah, the original Heineken smashes it. It's better. It's got far more character to it. It tastes, sounds a bit stupid. I don't think I've ever sort of said this, but when describing a beer, but it tastes a bit more manly. Like that one's really, I don't know. Heineken's just got a bit more balls about it. It's got it's a little bit rough around the edges in some ways, but it's just got more flavour. And straight away, the first thing I noticed was the body of the beer. There's a much better body to the 5% Heineken than there is the silver. That's the most noticeable thing straight away on that first go. Again, it's another sweet, like quite a sweet lager, which is probably part of the reason I'm not a massive fan of Heineken as well. I'm not really into me sweet lagers. This is quite a sweet lager. I don't know if it's got glucose syrup in it or some shite like that. Doesn't mention it on the bottle. Malted barley water, hop extract. So it's not even properly hopped, which is probably why there's not any real bitterness with this one either. There's a lot more citrus in this Heineken, and it's just got more bite to it. It's quite difficult to understand, like explain it in words. There's just a bit more to it. Although I still don't think it's a great beer. It's all right. I'm quite happily drink that, you know. I'm not a snob or nothing. Let's go back to the silver. Yeah. It's had the bollocks knocked out of it completely, that one. So it's just a pointless beer, to be honest with you. It really is. For me, if you make a new beer, you should try and make it better than the one that already exists. Not like, oh yeah, let's just make a healthy beer. Let's make it weaker. Let's make it less flavoursome. You know, I'd rather them try and improve on the existing Heineken. You know, even if they kept it at the same ABV, that's fine. Maybe make it a little twist, a bit more bitterness, or you know, something different. That's for me, pointless beer. The normal Heineken wins all day long. If I was to score these, I'm pretty sure I've already reviewed the normal Heineken. I'd probably go 6.5 for the normal Heineken. Heineken Silver, 4. I think that's fair enough. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed this little comparison. Consider subscribing to the channel. Till the next one, bye-bye, darlings.